Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Welcome back. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio virtual studios in the bunker cell somewhere in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, filling in for the great Vinny Parisi. We'll talk a little bit about Vinny and what's going on with Vinny right now, but we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network as the Devils are in Columbus to play the Columbus Blue Jackets, the BJs. Devils hot right now. Beat the BJs.
Those Devils. So hot right now.
Last Thursday. Yeah, you got me there. Okay, Paul.
Oh, you got the Zoolander reference.
All
right.
Inside joke.
Nice.
Inside joke.
He misses the Goodfellas ones, but he gets the Zoolander reference. All right.
Oh, boy. Lots of things going on. Scotty, you have notes in front of you. And
in front of me,
fire
yeah.
away.
What do you know?
Fire away.
Yeah, welcome to Game Day Live. I'm happy to be filling in here for Vinny. And because he, you know what? He helped out on Devils After Dark a couple times earlier in the season as well. So always glad to help out and chip in and, get that extra goal. Try to get that extra goal over there, right? What's up, Sam Wu?
Just an announcement, folks. We're going to need your help, those that are watching and listening right now. True story. We're not joking around here, and this is kind of sad.
It's a true story.
Yeah, true story. This is Game Day Live, true story. Vinny Parisi, Pucks and Pitchforks contributor on pucksandpitchforks.com, he had his personal Twitter account hacked. It's at
got the old hacker
Vinny Parisi. Yep.
Yeah.
And somebody has some hackers taken over, and he had to restart a new account at _Parisi. It's a verified Twitter account, and he sent for help with Twitter, and for whatever reason, at Twitter support, they've rejected his pleas to help him out. Don't know why, so now we're going on a little campaign to verify Vinny. So if you go to our Twitter account, at Let's Go Devils Pod, we pinned a tweet. Please retweet that and comment that it is Vinny Parisi. He is verified, and we're verifying that he needs his Twitter account back because some guy is asking for Bitcoins and having Vinny, send money essentially over to them. Just want to let you guys know. So at Let's Go Devils Pod, help Vinny Parisi out. Just got to get that out there.
Help
Twitter
out Big Vinny P.
If Twitter support is watching right now, at Twitter
come on,
support,
Twitter.
Yeah, come on. He's verified.
Help our guy out.
He's famous.
Come on.
1,600 articles.
He's Vinny Parisi. Come on. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, from Chicago. Right. Hey. Oh.
Yeah.
No, help our boy out. I'm sure you'll see it on our socials, like Sam said. It's pinned there, so if you can, give our boy some support in this.
Yep.
It sucks when it happens when your accounts get hacked. I'm sure it's happened to many of us out there, and you know what a pain in the ass it is. So yeah, if you can, please help our boy out. Vinny Parisi, who I'm filling in for, he will be back. But for today, we're going to talk a little Columbus Blue Jackets and New Jersey Hockey Devils. Dropping the puck in just under an hour. Actually, there will be a little, a pregame ceremony for Voracek, who got his 1,000th game. So they're going to be doing a little ceremony for him at home. It was the last game against the Devils was his 1,000th in the NHL. So Columbus will be having a little pregame festivus, Samu, like we're having right now. Maybe a little different, but we like our Devils festivus. Ours is
better. Yeah.
But from the Nationwide Arena there in Columbus, Ohio, cool town. If you've never been to it, I know Sam Wu doesn't like it because he's a Penn State fan, and that's where Ohio State plays. But I know I have been there for a couple times for what was the Rock on the Range Festival now is the Sonic Temple Music and Arts Festival. It's a big, like, hard rock and heavy metal, supposed to be middle of the country, come together. So I know I've been there for a couple of those. I never saw a hockey game, though. It was always, Devils were never there in town. But either way, Columbus, Ohio, maybe see Urban Meyer drunkenly stumbling, mumbling on the streets out there, through the bars of Ohio State.
Oh, yeah. Just make sure.
That's for all the Penn State fans out there. Who was our friend Nate? Right?
Nate.
Was it Nate?
Nate. Yep. Hockey Valley.
Hit us
Happy
up.
Valley.
Yeah. Yep. Went out there to Happy Valley for a Penn State hockey game. Sam Wu gave him some suggestions. So big shout and horns up to our guy Nate. Yeah.
Eat the ice cream, the creamery. He's got Penn State Creamery.
He had his Devils jersey on. By the way, if you're at the game, if you're at any games, away games, home games, feel free to snap a little pic and tag us in it. We love seeing you out there. Anyone, all of our regulars on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. If you're ever going to a game, wherever you're at, feel free to tag us in it so we can say hi. Love to get some more FaceTime with the fans. But Devils over there in Columbus, and we've had some big changes to the lineup. Kevin Ball and Alexander Holtz have been assigned back to Utica, which I think we're all in agreement is probably the best thing for them right now. They did seem a little overmatched still at the NHL level. We know they have been performing well at the AHL level. Let them go and continue to work on their game. Recalled is AJ Greer to the taxi squad, and he will be in the lineup tonight. And Colton, no, I'm not Colin, White. We have seen him in the lineup before, so we know what to expect from him. Devils will be dressing, only 11 forwards tonight. The extra D-man will be in the lineup because also, COVID protocols, Mason Gearson's still in there. Our one D-man who could kind of flip into that fourth line forward role is still in protocols, and we're going to get to that in a minute. But next man up, let's go. No sleepwalking. AJ Greer is going to bring some physical presence out there on the ice, which should hopefully create some space for our young, speedy forward. So let's see how it goes. But in the COVID protocol, Bastian and Jesper Bratt moved into there as well, along with Yegor Sharangovich, Pavel Zacha, Andreas Janssen, Mason Gearston, and if no one caught this, Dougie Hamilton, not only with a broken jaw, but Dougie Hamilton also in the COVID protocols as well. So there's going to be some chances there on the power play units, with only 11 forwards being dressed. Someone's going to get some extra time that they're not used to, especially with Jesper Bratt out of the lineup. That's a big hole to fill. Sam Wu, what have we talked about all season long? Our most consistent Devil, the man that the Magic just follows wherever he goes. You need to jumpstart a line, put Jesper Bratt on it, and watch the points start to pile up. He's going to be out of the lineup. All right, so who's going to take advantage of that opportunity? Greer down in the AHL level. Let's see, what was he? 15 points. 15 points in 22 games. He's going to bring the physical presence. That's going to be what he can do. Hopefully, create some space out there for the Jack Hugheses, who has been on fire. On fire, Sam Wu. 12 points in the last 5 games. 4 goals, 8 assists. But here's a question for you. Here's a question. Who has he been playing with?
Jesper
Can you
Bratt.
hear Winston taking a drink? Can you do Winston over here? All right. Well, Winston says hi, everybody. That's his debut on Game Day Live. He is slurping down a bowl of water over there, if you hear that in the background. Yeah. That's my big 60-pound bulldog, who, by the way, is he's doing great recovering from the old double pneumonia that we were dealing with. Thank you, everyone who gave shouts to Winston in his recovery. He is doing much better. But Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt have been together recently, and we've seen Jack go on this tear. 12 points, 4 goals, 8 assists in the last 5. That's the since the holiday break. which the Devils are 4-1 in. Jesper Bratt, would he have 2 goals and 8 assists during that time? So can Jack do it on his own? I think he can, because I think Jack Hughes is that type of player. He's got that talent, and he's getting that groove that we saw in that first game and a half before his the shoulder injury. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be the one to start being the spark plug for everybody else. And how about we give a little applause, Sam Wu, because I know there are a lot out there, and we have criticized before. We've criticized our coaching staff. We've seen an improvement in the power play. Thank you, Coach Recchi. But this penalty kill has actually just been incredible in the last, was it since December the 15th, Devils #1 in the NHL. Not the division, not the conference, entire league since December the 15th, which we know was in the time when we were still really struggling. All right, we were going through that 9-inch nails downward spiral. Okay, since December the 15th, the Devils are 16 for 17 on the penalty kill, operating at 94%. #1 in the league for that span. And overall, after that horrid stretch we had, they're now operating at 82% for the entire season on the penalty kill. Got to give big props over there to Coach Naz and the team for turning that around.
Went from last to now in the middle of the pack overall. In the last 4 weeks, they're #1 in the NHL, the penalty kill. And I told you, folks, just be patient. Be patient with it. All of you want a Nazareth fired, Recchi fired. You guys are nuts. I was the one that told you, look, he's got it figured out on December 15th. Things will get better. You guys didn't listen to me. I'm just kidding around. Just joking. No, they really do. They really do deserve some credit because the fans were getting louder and louder and louder. The owner had to speak. David Blitzer, he even took some shots from me with all the shenanigans that we do on Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. Nobody goes unscathed, and got to give credit where credit's due. And you know what? Just like the guy that called me out, who my sources are, maybe I owe David Blitzer and all them an apology. For my rhetoric, because it's only fair. Right, so I apologize. I wasn't patient, and look, you deliver the goods. We do it the other way. We praise now.
Can we hear from him? Can we hear from him via satellite? I think he's actually demanding an apology from Sam Wu right now. Actually, is he? Is that what's going on? I'm getting it in my ear. Am I getting that in my ear?
No, well, actually. Mr. Blitzer only shows up for Devils After Dark, so you have to.
He only shows up for Devils After Dark. Oh,
yeah. Normally we're not set up for Game Day Live. Normally we're not set up for Game Day Live. I don't exactly have that satellite feed in his mansion right now.
Okay. So maybe post game. Maybe that's what I was hearing. He was telling me he's gonna come on post game for Devils After Dark. And to demand an apology from Sam Wu. I think that's what's going to happen. Nice little tease. Make sure you listen post-game as well, so we can hear from the Chief and see how that goes. But Sam Wu, I mean, you are one who I know last year on the old Wu Report and many times over on post-game and on our Big Sunday podcast and with the State of the Fan address, as well with Nick Villano, also Pucks and Pitchforks, where our boy Vinny Parisi also writes, and Sam Wu writes. Go check out all their posts on the blogs. Love to see your comments up there as well as YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitter Live. But you are one that has talked extensively about the old penalty kill and the no fun zone, the NFZ. You had the chalkboard, the quote unquote chalkboard, the marker board, whatever we call it now, out last season. What has been the biggest improvements that you have seen on the penalty as a defenseman that the Devils are doing now that has put them in this position to be, operating at a 94% over the last, what's today's date? What are we, the 7th, 8th? What are we?
8th. Yeah, we're
Today
on the 8th.
is the 8th. So almost a month span, like 3.5, 4 week span here.
Well, number one, aside from confidence, because I see there's no panic right now on the penalty kill. But it's the efficiency. We talked about efficiency as a player. They're not all over the ice on the penalty kill. If you notice, they're playing their positions very, very well. They're not overworking themselves, getting too aggressive, getting overcommitting. They are staying in tight, whether it's a diamond or 2-2. And they're not, again, I try to dumb it down to lane hockey, remember? Because the fundamentals weren't there. As one defenseman may have to pinch and take out the forward in the corners, the other defenseman slides and makes sure that nobody's in front of the crease. There was always, against Alexander Ovechkin, the 8 games that they lost last season against the Capitals on the penalty kill, there was always 1 or 2 forwards wide open in front of Mackenzie Blackwood all season long. I mean, it was just disgusting. I mean, that's when the NFC was born. We wanted to get back to basics. I know that at the time and even in the beginning of the season, the coaches were running really complex schemes. And to me, it's like, well, don't run complex schemes. Get the basics done first, then implement the complex schemes. And so far, less is more. And when you're not out of position, folks, guess what? You're not exerting yourself. So sometimes you have to be out on the ice 50 to 70 seconds out there if the other team has maintained possession. So you don't want to wear yourself out, and you want to force them to start taking shots from the perimeter. Let them work it around, because if there's no space, and take advantage of the big defensemen that you have post to post, there's not much room, especially when there's Mackenzie Blackwood, who is also big, 6'4", 200 plus pounds. The way, logically, there's just not enough room in that no fun zone, the high danger area. So if you own that space, like back in the day, Ken Danico and Scott Stevens, they owned that space. There was like an invisible circle around them that nobody could ever get through because they did not overcommit. So, and also they're clearing the pucks better, by the way. It's none of these lazy off the boards. That's a big part of it as well. And as each game goes along, they seem to be more confident. And yeah, at times I see them taking some risks here and there, but because they're calm and cool and collected, I'm okay with it, as long as they don't divvy off of getting out of position like they were for so long. They just really dumbed it down. So my thinking, biggest reason why they're doing better, I think Elaine Nazardine is listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast. They have that iPad out on the bench. They're just replaying, like, scrolling and be like, all right, what did that woo say? So.
Uh-oh.
He said to be patient. I told you to be patient, folks. The New Jersey Devils are going to be a patient team. By the way, I just bought another soccer team, and I also bought a baseball team, and I also bought another bag of pucks, and I got some of the players some Mucinex too along the way.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. See, now, even David Blitzer is listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast Game Day Live. Yeah, he's the man right now. He's the man right now. See, winning solves everything, folks. You hear that?
Okay.
Mr. Blitzer, winning solves everything. Now I'm praising you.
Winning does solve everything. I still hear he's going to demand an apology though on Devils After Dark from Sam Wu. So we're gonna have to tune in. Don't forget. Yeah. Tune in later. Tune in later, okay? It's gonna be exciting. But Sam, well, you touched on something that I was thinking about as well, and that's the outlet passes. I know it's something I hear Bryce Salvador talk about a lot on the broadcast in the intermissions when he's, analyzing the game and kind of breaking it down, which, by the way, I got to say, I know, Sam, I know you don't like a lot of the analytics and a lot of the certain stats I do, and certain ones I'm just like,
I'm the same way.
Is just pointless.
Yeah.
But Bryce is someone who understands it so well that he makes it kind of like the Devil's system all of a sudden. He seems to simplify those really complex stats and break it down. I think Bryce would make a great coach. He does a phenomenal job, though, with those kind of analytic statistics and then breaking them down into like real world situations and showing you how it matters. I just think he does a great job on that. But one thing he does talk about a lot, though, is the outlet passes. And you were talking about them, instead of going up through the boards, trying these, deflection off the board passes, they're actually finding, a good outlet pass, and they're connecting. Like, I'm just curious, like what has changed in this, how is it that it was so bad and now it is so good? Did they?
I think a lot of it's mindset. They feel like they were desperate because they really want to win so badly. And I think a lot of the outlet passes, when they were not doing well, they weren't connecting. Heck, you know what? It would go from the goal line to like the other team's blue line, like those Hail Mary passes. And sometimes it's just better to just get the first pass executed. It doesn't matter if it's 2 feet or 10 feet, but execute it. Because remember one thing, and picture yourself as an ice hockey player. It's all about momentum. So you're on skates, right? And as soon as you have possession, the forwards start breaking out. That first pass is so important because you've got 3 forwards going the other way. If that first pass does not connect, it disrupts the flow going down the ice. So you have to execute that first. That has to be 100%, because if you don't execute it and the forwards are going one way and then suddenly the puck's turned over, it's an odd man rush going back to Mackenzie Blackwood. So you always have to execute that.
And I guess you can say on the opposite side, it doesn't disrupt the other team's flow if you don't connect on that same pass. Instead of their forwards having to stop and start going backwards and halting their momentum forward, like it's not disrupting that first connection of a pass, and that possession will stop that, because they have to start dropping back now, to play, the opposite direction. So good point. See, that's why I like talking to Sam Wu. He knows, he breaks it down. You should be a game analysis as well.
Well, you know what? If there's analytics I'd like to see is the first pass or breakout passes. What's the percentage completed? That stat means more to me than, I don't know, offensive chances and, point, on the second circle. Like, it just gets too nauseating and too confusing. But, again, it's like that first outlet pass is extremely important, because if the puck's turned over and everybody shifted that way and then has to come back, suddenly it's an odd man rush. I mean, Jacques Lemaire was a perfect coach for the Devils, because back then, when they were very successful under Lemaire, the first tour duty, there was a red line there. There was a red line there. So you had to.
The old 2-line pass.
Yeah. Yes. Remember that? Yeah.
Oh, the 2-line pass. That was the only rule I really wanted changed when they did the big adjustments. That was the only one that I really wanted changed.
The NHL was the only league that had to do that did that for a while. Like the NHL and the AHL, and the AHL took out the red line the 2-line pass, and then suddenly it's like, wow, you
That's
got a
all you
lot of
need.
flow in the neutral zone. They blame the
Yeah.
Devils for the neutral zone trap, but hell, you got to change the rules, which they did. The one stupid rule I still think to this day is the trapezoid with the goalie.
Oh, the trapezoid, of course, yeah.
It just disrupts the flow, of a goaltender. It doesn't look right.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The Marty rule. Yeah, no. That should be removed. But I feel like when they did that, they're like, we're going to change these rules and everything else like that. They used to complain about the holding and the hooking and everything. Like, I don't know. I think all they really needed to do was take out the, they added all these interference calls and everything. I felt like all they needed to do was just take out the 2-line pass, and that would open up the game enough. But whatever. That's like 20 years ago. We're talking today, Columbus, Ohio. Blue Jackets, New Jersey Hockey Devils going to be going at it in just maybe about a little more than 30 minutes away right now from puck drop. So let's hear your predictions on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. What do you think is going to happen in the game today? How the Devils are going to come out? Have we got starting lineups, Sam Wu? I got to actually look at that to see if we do.
Oh, that's another game day live gripe. We gripe about this all the time. We're like, has Amanda announced it yet? We're like refreshing. I don't know if she's announced it yet. We'll have to look on our Twitter. Let me read off some of these messages. So Kenny in the Facebook Live says that his puppy is watching us on YouTube, and I think he likes you and Scotty.
Well, all right.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Mike Rossi, hashtag justice for Vinny.
There you go.
Twitter sucks. Campbell's there. LGD, got to roll with the punches here, boys. Just have to get out there and scrap for the W. And he also wants to say it's a beautiful summer afternoon here in New Zealand, 27 degrees Celsius.
Very nice.
And he provided that's 80 degrees Fahrenheit for all you upside down people. Hey, let me tell you something, Campbell, and don't take this personally, but I'm not a big fan of the metric system either, along with analytics. Yeah, take your meters and anyway.
We have. I remember having to. I actually lived in Australia for a little while, so I remember having everyone always telling me, "Oh, it's about 10 meters this way," and I'd be like,
"It's like."
Crap, that's like 30, 40 feet, I think. I was always trying to convert everything real quick.
Yeah.
But some projected lineups here. Listen, we don't know exactly what's going to be going on here. Projected was Tatar, Hughes, and Bratt. We know that Bratt has been put into the COVID protocols, and the Devils are only going to be dressing the short forwards here, only 11. So probably maybe Yanni Kuokkanen moves up there. Maybe Nolan Foote gets a shot. We'll see what happens here. But VC, Hischier, Kuokkanen, Foote, Mercer, Greer, Boquist, McLeod, Studenic. And then Siegenthaler, Severson, Graves, Subban, Smith, Jaros, probably Mac Black in goal. We're going to see where it all does officially. But those are projected lineups as of now on the old NHL site here for the Devils, which game's available on MSG Plus, or you can listen to our good friend and colleague Chico Resch and Maddie call the game on the Devils radio network. So
Chico actually texted me before. I just want to.
What did he say?
I don't know if he's.
He said, "Where's the hot dogs?"
He says both Bastian and Bratt are out with COVID, but he said just when we get a little momentum, wham. And I texted him back. I said they still have some good horses to lean on. Yeah,
next man up. Hey, we talked about it in the offseason and plenty of times about the depth of this team. We know we have plenty of prospects down there at the AHL level. Listen, sometimes prospects are just ready to make that jump. Sometimes they're not. We saw it with Holtz and Ball that maybe they're not ready yet. Nolan Foote has been kind of quiet over here so far. He's going to get another game, though. They're going to get their opportunities. And if they don't, make headway here, then they're going to get sent back down and another one's going to come up. And we're going to get a chance to, see some players here, which is going to be nice. So who knows? Does AJ, make a little name for himself here? Does Colton White make a case for himself to stay up after some guys come off a COVID protocol? We're gonna find out. Do they end up getting traded?
Yeah,
we're gonna see what happens here, but it's gonna be opportunities for players to come up and take advantage of. So do they? Next man up, let's go. We've talked about it so many times. No sleepwalking, boys. We saw from Thanksgiving to New Year's, we saw sleepwalking. All right, we're 4-1 since the break, since coming into the new year here, right? Or did we start? No, yeah. Since the break, since we came back from our break, we are 4-1. And a tough loss against Boston. I can't really get too hard on the boys on that one. Big wins against Washington and Edmonton. Not laying down for Buffalo, going out there and winning that game. They didn't play well against Columbus the other night, but they still stuck it out and grinded it and ended up winning. What are they going to do tonight? I'm thinking Jack Hughes gets his point streak to 6 games. And I would love to see what you think about that on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. In the last 5, he's got 4 goals, 8 assists. That's 12 points. He is a +7. And we noted it. Who was it that got that goal the other night? I know I'm going to have it in my notes here somewhere. Thomas Tatar. That's right. We talked about him getting healthy, getting back in the lineup, how excited he is. Good follow on the old socials. But Thomas Tatar got the pass from Bratt and put home that pretty backhand against the Blue Jackets on Thursday. It was the first goal for the Devils. But what started it all? A Jack Hughes face-off victory. And we know that is an area that Jack has to get better at, and he will. The bigger he gets, the stronger he gets. As Jack reminded everyone the other day, he is only 20 years old. All right? Still cannot buy liquor in the state of New Jersey. All right? Right now, if he went in there and showed the old ID, they'd say, sorry, sir. I know you're getting paid it's $8.5 million a year, but we can't sell you this 30-pack of Coors Extra Gold for $9.99. Sorry, sir. Can't do that, Oh, I don't know why I blasted to my college days there.
It's
That's
funny.
what I try to buy. That's what you try to buy when you're 20. You're like, oh, the cheapest thing, What's the cheapest that you could get the most of? It's like Coors Extra Gold or the old Red Dog 30-pack, like the college days. You didn't care.
Back in the day, I never got carded till I was 21. It was
really
wild. Yeah, like I'm in Pennsylvania. It was so easy. As soon as I turned 21, it's like, and then I remember going to a bar and my friend, he got his, the old New Jersey driver's license. They forgot to put the hologram on it. So he went back to the DMV to get one with the hologram on it because it looked fake. He was definitely 21. And when they gave him the second one, it says dupe, for duplicate. Nobody accepts duplicate.
Yeah,
nobody accepts
duplicates.
Yeah, so that was the problem. And then that became a problem.
I remember the old dupe.
And then I remember one time he showed his passport, and the guy's like, "What's that?" Well, it's my U.S. passport, as a second ID. He's like, "No, we don't accept that. We want your driver's license, but we don't accept dupes." It's like, what? Then I wind up buying it, And anyway, that's what it reminded me of, Jack Hughes. But he may have his New Jersey Devils Vax card. Now that they're having that for season ticket holders, like some kind of fast pass, you have to submit it.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Sure he does.
He's gonna be like, look at this, and then he
boom.
But
I think
Tony P. Sorry, I'm just reading comments.
Go ahead.
Sign Bratt to $10 million deal, 10 by 10, Tony P. And he wants the cup too.
Well, I don't know if 10 million is going to go there, but I think Jesper is looking to get a nice raise. He is going to be he's going to be an RFA. Him and Pavel Zacha both be RFAs after this season. So we'll see what turns out to. What's going on?
Not yet. Be patient.
Not yet.
Jesper.
Patient.
Not yet.
Be patient. Be patient. Okay, good. We got that update. Listen, no contract talks in the middle of the season, all right? You got to be patient for those. Be patient. Just be patient, all right? But we've gotten way off track here. Either way, Jack Hughes, face-off victory. This is good.
Oh, yeah.
This is where we know Jack has got the razzle-dazzle. We know he's going to wow us and woo us. Woo! You know, he's going to be styling and profiling out there on the ice. With the offensive moves, it's those other parts of the game that we know he knows he needs to improve on, and we know he's going to. You know, Jack said it the other day. What was it? In 5 years, I expect to be an even better and different player. Meaning he's not just going to be an offensive force. He's going to be out there killing penalties and stuff like that. That's where Jack sees himself going. And that should get every Devils fan out of their seat and excited. A guy that can light the lamp and has that magic, and he wants to play a full game and not just, offense.
And wait till 4 years from now when Luke. Yeah,
Luke.
when Luke comes to the Devils, and it's suddenly a family affair, and then Quinn starts to, request trades. All right, so over the wire.
Yeah.
Over the wire.
Let's go.
Since we're in overtime, might as well take advantage of it. Amanda Stein tweeted out: first line Tatar, Hughes, Mercer. Second line VC, Hischier, Kokkonen. Third line Greer, McLeod, Studenic. Fourth line Foote, Boquist, but they're dressing 7 defensemen: Siegenthaler, Severson, Graves and Subban, Smith and Jaros, and Colton White is the 7th defenseman. Mackenzie Blackwood starting, Schmid backing him up.
So who's with Nico again? Kokkonen and who? VC. So we got Hughes, Tatar, and Mercer. Okay, so Mercer up to the wing.
Right.
See if we can get some playmaking magic with Jack Hughes, Nico, Kokkonen, and Jimmy VC. Okay, so that'll be an interesting line there. Jimmy VC, we know, and Yanni Kokkonen, kind of really good at grinding it out. And we have actually been talking about, when they put Nate Bastian on that power play unit, it allowed Nico was the one who was going into the front of the net all the time and getting clobbered by the defenseman. Now you put the much bigger Nate Bastian out there, that becomes his role. It opens up Nico so he can start wandering around the ice and making plays happen as well. Maybe a VC Kokkonen combination will kind of give him some more of that freedom over there. Okay. McLeod, Greer, Studenic. McLeod and Studenic seem to be getting some good chemistry together right there. Foote and Boquist down there on the bottom. Okay, I mean, because you know what? We talked before about maybe prospects seeming a little overwhelmed. I just haven't. I don't know how you feel, Sam Wu, but I just haven't seen any of the flair from Jesper Boquist. That we really kind of expected or hope would come with his game. But we'll see.
It's coming. It's coming.
On that third
just
line.
Be patient. Yeah,
be patient. We're gonna be patient. We're going to be patient over here. That's what we do. We like to be patient. Luke, David Dector. Luke. Watch out, Damon. It's Luke. Coming for your position, Damon. Luke. He has got a good shootout move, too.
Luke. Stay in school, Luke.
We kid. David Severson's been real good lately, actually. He hasn't been butt pucking the net, so that's always good. And, he's been putting on a nice little offensive tear, so we like to tease.
All right. So
but Damon Severson's been doing good.
Yeah, we got to do predictions.
Predictions.
Frank says 2-1. Devils win with a squeaker. On hockeybuzz.com, I predicted 4-3 Devils. Scotty, what's your prediction?
I am going to say, man, it's a lot of guys out of the lineup today. Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be like, you know what? I'll give him 4-2. I'll give the Devils an empty netter at the end. So I'll give him 4-2 Devils victory.
Should we ask Mr. Blitzer? Do you want to ask him?
Yeah. What does he got?
Win. 3-2.
All right. Anyone else here? Who's up on anyone?
When they're down 2-0, just be patient. They'll win 3-2.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Campbell's going to be listening on the NHL app to Matt and Chico. Mike Rossi.
David Decker. David Decker.
Yeah.
He's working late tonight at Town Toyota in Ledgewood, off of Route 46. Town Toyota hooking up Let's Go Devils podcast hosts with new Toyotas and Let's Go Devils podcast fans. 5-2 hat-trick Hughes, says
Hat-trick
David Decker.
Hughes. Ooh, I like that nickname, Hat-trick Hughes.
That's bold.
Well, Mike Rossi saying this Tatar Hughes Mercer could be a great line. It could be. Hey, sometimes that's how you find those magic combinations. When the team is shorthanded like this, sometimes you just got to throw some lines together to make it happen, and you never know what can come out of it. So let's hope for like a double positive out of this. All right. Anyone else with some
process? He says trust the process. I don't trust the process.
Be patient.
Just
be patient, Frank. Be patient, Frank.
Yeah.
Be patient, Luke.
All right. Luke. Yeah, he's due, is what David Decker says. All right. Well, we just went in a little overtime. But, Scotty, thank you for filling in for the great Vinny Parisi as we try to get his Twitter.
I thought we were going right up to puck drop, Sam Wu. Okay.
It's 30 minutes. I mean, we can, but we take away Erica and Bryce's ratings. Don't want to do that to our esteemed guests.
Oh, yes.
I try to avoid that.
Well, okay. Hey, you know what? And we were just talking about, you want to see the analysis of Bryce Salvador that we were talking about, the way he breaks down the game? Go check them out on the pregame. Sam Wu and I will be back for Devils After Dark. Post-game, going over everything that is about to happen. With puck drop, just about 15, 20, 25 minutes. It's going to start a little late. Like we said, they'll have a little ceremony there for that 1,000th game played. So we will see you afterwards to talk some more Devils hockey on Devils After Dark. Thank you, everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Go check out Sam Wu and Nick Villano and Vinny Parisi on Pucks and Pitchforks. Sam Wu on Hockey Buzz. Trying to help our boy Vinny out with his Twitter Festivus that's going on over there right now. And Vinny will be back. I'm just filling in for today. Thank you for allowing me to come here and do a little game day live action.
Thank you. Enjoy the game, everybody. Till next time.
Let's go Devils.
This is Game Day Live. Let's go Devils.